Welcome back, everybody. My name is Shobit Tyagi, and welcome back to my channel Analytics Brain. From the unstructured data, which is primarily the PDF. So, if you guys have remembered in the previous video, I had talked about given you the basic understanding what is unstructured data, what are the different type of data we have, and how we can extract the information from the unstructured data. So in this demo we will be primarily focusing on the PDF data, and we will be start with basic extraction process, or you can say a basic ground rules for extracting the information. So in this video we'll first start with the regex, where we will use some set of rules to extract the information out of the PDF. We'll also see whatever PDF we have. We'll also see what are the different libraries we can use for the extraction. We can also evaluate the results that we are getting from the data set, and also we can see that can we improve this existing output, or what is the better way which we can have in order to improve this overall extraction or information extraction process of the document. So in this video I will be primarily talking to you about how we can extract the information from PDF using the regex or using some set of rules. So let's go into the PPT first, where now we'll see what we have. So before going to the demo, let's see what we have in hand. So if you have remembered in the last session that I have a PDF, or we have a set of PDFs primarily from the health insurance domain, and we will be extracting the information from those PDF primarily something like this. So if this is a PDF, so all the blue boxes which you have seen over here contains the highlighted information that these PDF contains. Okay, so we can think of them as a specific paragraph in the document, and each paragraph contains some sort of information. So these blue box is helping us to identify the type of information that we can extract from these PDF document. Okay, so this is what we were expecting. So we will be giving this PDF document as an input to the model, and our model will extract the output something in this form. So we will be also trying to store this information in the form of a CSV or in the form of Excel database or a structured database. So let's see how we can do that. So before that, let's quickly go through the basic architecture. I had created this architecture to help you guys get basic understanding about before building any model or before working on any solution. The first and important aspect of any technology or of any programming language, primarily if you talk about the AI, is the architecture. So first we need to have some outline architecture. A basic architecture can also work, where we will be defining what is the process, what is the systematic process we will be taking care for this data extraction, and what set of libraries, what set of models we are trying to use in this process. So if you had seen, we will having the corpus of document. You can think of them as a collection of the PDFs. We can have the different formats of PDF also. We can have PDF, document, TXT, etc., etc. But for this demo we are primarily focusing on the PDF. So we will be using some set of Python tools. Primarily we can think of them as a library which is being provided by Python. Then we'll use those, we'll leverage these libraries, and then we'll extract the data from this PDF. Okay, then we will be applying some sort of rules, primarily regex, which I had mentioned in the video. So using those rules we will be extracting the information, and then we'll try to store that information in the form of CSV. Okay, so first we'll validate whether this rules which we had created or which we had written is worthwhile or not, or can we do that, can we use these rules, how often we can use these rules, is this a better way, or is this an optimized or efficient way for extracting the information from the PDF. So let's see in the coming video. So if you talk about the tech stack, as I remembered, we will be using the PDF plumber library. Why? Because based on my personal experience, I found this library very good in terms of PDF which have the data or which have the structure in the form of a text or table, because different PDFs have different formats. Some PDF may have complete set of text, some PDF may have one-liner text, some PDF may have the combination of text plus table. So this PDF plumber is very helpful in case where you have the PDF files which have the combination of tables plus text. Also, I had mentioned the link for this documentation, so in case you want to go and understand this library, you can do that. With respect to installation, you can go to this pip and you can install it in your Python. However, I had also given the link for other PDF libraries which you can try and test, like PyPDF2, PDF Miner, Camelot, Apache. Camelot is primarily helpful if you have the lot of tables in the data and you want to look for an efficient mechanism to extract the information from those tables. In that case, Camelot will be helpful for you. So you can go through these documentation links, you can read about these libraries, and you can see which one will better suit you in your application. Also, just for your understanding, I had given the set of comparison list also. So where I had given the list of PDFs, and I also mentioned that which one is good for doing the text extraction, which one is good for doing table extraction. OCR, I know OCR we will be covering in the later videos, where we'll try to see how we can extract the information from the images. Also define the which one is good for which type of work. So you can go into this stack and you can easily leverage this table and try to see which one library is better suit your application. So currently we will going with point number 1, which is PDF plumber, which is good for text and table, as I mentioned in my video. So let's quickly go to the demo first. Okay, so let's start doing the demo. So we'll start first with respect to the understanding the data. So let's see what type of data we have. So let's go to the ID first. So if you guys can see, I'm using the PyCharm over here. So this ID which you are seeing is a PyCharm. Now it's totally up to you. You want to use any other ID like Visual Studio or something else. You can use that. But I feel this PyCharm is very very good for doing the coding. Or I like this. I love this PyCharm. So that's why I'm using it for the coding. But nevertheless, it's totally up to you. If you want to use any other framework, you can use that. But one suggestion is that if you are the freshers, okay, or if you are a beginner, or if you are learning the coding in Python, or if you are learning the machine learning and data science, so I would recommend you should start with downloading and working with Jupyter Notebook first. Okay, because that will help you to understand the writing the each and every line by your own. You can write the syntax, you can see you can evaluate each syntax, you can see and get understood with respect to each library functions and all. But again, it's totally up to you. So let's quickly jump to the code. Okay, so if you see in the left hand side under the Python project, I have 3 folders, right? Under SRC I have data extractor, data generator, and files. In files I had put all the input files which I can process for doing the information extraction. So let's look into the one of the formats and the type of files we have. So if you see we have the health insurance full_2 PDF. So again, this is an sample generated file which is talking about health insurance policy document, and it contains the information something like policy holder, policy number, provider, plan type, premium, sum insured, policy start date, policy end date, and again it have some two liners description about it. Then we have renewal information with some description, we have claim history, we have terms and condition with some points. So in this document is we don't see any table. The only format of the data we have in the form of a text or paragraph or lines or statements, but we don't see any table over here. Okay, now in case of another document, which is another sample document which I had generated for this use case, medical insurance claim report. Now this document contains some text in the form of paragraph. We have some tables. So patient demographic information is stored in the form of a table over here in the column patient name and the name of the patient. So it contains all the demographic information about the patient. We have diagnosis information in another table, we have premium breakup in another table, we have claim charges in another table, and then we have some signature. Okay, so again, this is also a 2 pages document like the previous one. So if you see that how many tables we have 1 table, we have 2 table, we have 3 table, we have 4 table. Okay, so we have total 4 tables in this PDF. So we'll see that whether the PDF plumber will able to understand this structure of this document and able to derive the information from the text and from the tables or not. So let's go to the PyCharm. Okay, at the part of importing side, I had imported 3 packages. First is the OS, which represent the operating system. This will be helping you to, in case you want to read anything from the OS, primarily like data files which are stored in a directory. So for that you need the operating system. If you want to store some environment variables also in the environment, so for that also you can use some the package OS. RE is represent regular expression. As I told you in this video, we will be talking about the rules. We will be using some set of regex for extracting the information. Then we have PDF plumber. We need to write import PDF plumber. It will import the PDF package for me. So as I told you, these files are stored in my basic in my local directory. So for that I need to have some absolute path of my location. So for that we can use os.path or directory name, and then we can provide the absolute path. So this will give you the basic path, the complete path of your folder. Now in this folder I need to extract the path under the src files folder. Okay, so that's why we had normalized the path, and we told that hey, from the complete base path we need to focus on this path and provide me the path for this. So this will give you the path of your PDF folder where your list of PDFs are contained. Currently we are not using this. I had put in it over here just to give you an understanding. Let's suppose you want to create an automated solution, right, where you want to process the bunch of PDFs or corpus of PDFs in a sequential manner. So instead of writing a explicit file one by one, you can pass the folder, and you can write a loop on top of it, and you can iterate each loop, each file, and process it sequentially. We will be doing that in the later coming videos. But for now we had kept we are processing the PDF file, let's suppose health insurance underscore full underscore 3. Okay, which is let's replace it by name 2. So this file is this one which I was talking to you, this one. So it does not contain any table, it contains the pure text. Let's go back, let's try to run this, let's see. Okay, before running it, let's understand the code also. Then we had defined some sort of patterns again. So these are the patterns. You can think of them as a set of rules where I had explicitly defined like, hey, from the extracted data I need the patient name, I need the date of birth, I need the policy number, I need the claim number, I need the doctor name, and I need the diagnosis. And how you can extract this? So we had defined some set of rule or pattern. So what it do, we had defined the patient name. So this represent the type of tag, the label we are looking for while extracting the value. Then this represent the space. It will check for these blank spaces or all these spaces with respect to this label. This block will look for the any separate colon or any white space character, and again it will look for the your space, and then this box dot plus will be taking care of the complete group. So using this it will look that whatever text we are giving into the system, it will look in that text that whether the text contains the label patient name, and after that patient name does it follow this pattern, and if yes, it will extract the value with respect to that pattern. Similarly, we had defined the patterns for date of birth. Okay, so I had defined this for this few fields, but you can define for n number of fields depending on your requirement. Then we are reading the PDF files. For that we are calling the open function of PDF plumber, and it will be providing and creating the instance of PDF, and then we are using this PDF and iterating it with the help of pages. So we have PDF have 2 pages, so we are starting from page 1 and it will go to the page 2. So for each page it will give you the page number and it will give you the page. Now this page number and page will be very helpful, when you are building the applications like chatbot, or you want to build some functionality, where you want to provide the metadata information also, right, from which page the information is extracted. So in that case, this page number is very helpful. Now we have the page. So this page is the complete page that we have in the document. Now we are calling the PDF number extract text function. So this text function will directly extract the text on that page. Whatever text we have, in case of paragraph, sentence, it will extract that text, and then we are appending that text in the text variable. Okay. Similarly, we are calling the extract tables function. This will help me to extract all the tables from the page, from that specific page, and we are appending those pages in the all tables list. So I had created a list, by the name all tables, and whatever tables we are finding in that page, we are appending those in that table. Then we are printing the text to see, what type of text we had, our library had extracted. And then once we have that extracted text, we are looking and we are searching for the specific patterns. So whatever patterns we had defined, here, for each of the pattern, we'll iterate and we'll see that whether that specific text contains that pattern or not. If it contains, we are printing it. If not, we are printing it not found. Similarly, whatever tables we had extracted, we are iterating it in the all tables. Okay, and in that all table we are getting the ID along with that table, and then we'll see whether this table contains the information or not. Okay, so let's quickly try to run this. So you can right click on it. Okay, also in my coming videos I will be also sharing you guys the information, how can we start working with PyCharm, how can you start, what is required to install the PyCharm ID on your machine, what are the dependencies, what are the prerequisites required, and you can then refer to that video and you can start working in your PyCharm. So for now I had executed this piece, and let's go to the console. So if you can see, right, it has able to extract the complete information. So this information, whatever is defined in the text, we were able to retrieve that information along with the claim history and all. Now look for the whether we were able to extract the information from this page or not. So if you see the extracting information from this file, so for patient name, it does not find any information. He does not find any information with respect to date of birth. The only information he finds is with respect to the policy number. So the only policy number is something which is matching with our regex pattern, and for that he is able to retrieve that policy number for us. Claim number, doctor name, diagnosis, nothing is found with respect to these keywords. The reason is that as I told you, see these patterns, the rules are not a consistent way to extract any information. In case of large PDF, the first challenge is that if the PDFs are very big, it is very hard for you to write a rule for each of the PDF, for each of the pages. Second thing, there may be a situation that the policy number which is defined in this PDF one does not follow the same pattern in the policy with PDF next PDF. Okay, we cannot create any generic regex which can handle any type of policy number for me. Okay, let's suppose for one reason we have the policy number in this format, for another reason it will be referring as insurance number or something, insured number, which have some different set of digits, some different set of characters. So it is very hard for for the rules to extract the information from the data. So that's why we really follow this approach in any of the application. So the idea over here is to give you guys an understanding that what are the different mechanism of extracting the information. Now if you look for the table, so as I told you that this PDF does not contain any table, right? So that's why our PDF miner was not able to find any table for me, which is correct. Now let's look for another PDF which contains the table, and we'll see that whether that the table's data got extracted or not. Okay, let's try to run this. Okay, so if you see over here, if you talk about with respect to the extracting the information or the text information, so all the information has been extracted from the document, whether it's a table or whether it's a text. So this is the text function, pdf.getText. So it is retrieving me all the text in the document with respect to each page. Okay, so you can see that you have complete set of document. Now, if you see the information extracted from the document is nothing. So for this document, our regex rule failed to identify any information. The reason is that what I told you earlier, that there may be a challenge with respect to the policy number format, or maybe this policy number is not mentioned something clearly in this document. So this is the reason why we don't follow the rules or regex for extraction. Now if you see the tables, right, so we have three tables, like, so it has able to extract provided with the table 1. So this is your table 1, which contains patient name is this, Elizabeth, date of birth is this, gender is this, primary address is this, secondary address is this. You can cross verify this with this document. See, patient name is this, date of birth is this, gender is this. So information is extracted properly. Policy number is this. So if you see over here, right, policy number pattern is different what we had in the different policy. So this is the reason it has failed to identify the policy number for me. Then we have claim number. So this table 1 till diagnose summary, it has completely extracted the information from me. Now if you look into doctor diagnosis, so you can see that we have that information in the table number 2. Doctor name, diagnosis summary. Then we have table 3, table 4 and table 5. Okay, so if you see, the complete information has been extracted by the PDF miner. So now since in case of table, we already know the data which is defined in these PDFs are very simple, right? We have key, we have value. So you can convert this into the JSON, and you can extract the specific key value from it, or you can write some using the leveraging the pandas, you can directly convert this into the data frame and store it into the CSV. Okay, so now in the next video we will be using the NER extraction strategy or NER extraction model from NLP, and then we'll see that whether that model will be helpful for us for retrieving this information, or do we really need to write these rules or not, or using those models can we able to retrieve the information or not. So till that happy learning. We'll see you soon. Also, I had defined the links with respect to the packages and what are the documentation in my description box, so you can check the description for more information. Okay, so till then, thank you and have a great day. Bye.